I thank you so much for joining me. Okay, I have 32 people, I see. If you can get the likes up, I greatly appreciate it. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Island Girl. Like I said, there are things we're going to talk about. Rihanna, P.Diddy, Aoki, Tori Spelling, Don Lemon, and more, and more. So let's just go ahead and get right into this. This is in the news, just things that I have seen going on in the news, okay? And let's just talk about it. The phone line will be open at the end of the show if you want to call in and give your opinion about the things that I'm sharing again. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on into it already. So let's see the first thing. Let's see. Aoki. Aoki. I hope I'm saying her name right. Aoki Lee Simmons. She's the daughter of Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons. And, the internet went crazy, the other day because she was spotted with Vittorio Asaf. He's Italian. He's a business owner, allegedly or reportedly worth $50 million. He's a restaurateur and more. And, Aoki's only 21 years old, and a lot of people were outraged and some people supported. And she was spotted on the beach kissing him and him taking photos and stuff. And we know that her mother and Russell Simmons, her father, had an age gap and everything. She was allegedly 16 or 17 when she started dating her father, who was like 30, going on 40. So, there's a lot of people who have mixed reactions to it, who feel like, it's her sugar daddy, or she did it to get back at Russell, or, some people feel like, hey, she's grown, she's 21, she's not a baby anymore, even though there is a significant age gap. But anyway, she's saying now that she is single. She is single. She's not claiming him anymore. They said that Kimora was concerned. Okay, so she ended the whatever kind of relationship it was, and everybody was coming for Kimora, like, get your daughter. Oh, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Oh, you groomed her, this and that. But like I said, a lot of celebrities in rich people world sometimes is different from other people. It's similar, but a little different. They typically, rich people who are not black, typically roll differently. They set up their daughters to get married early with other people who are on the same level financially. So if Kimora groomed her daughter to not date Dusties, who actually have real heavy hitting wealth, that's no different than what other women do. And age gaps is not uncommon as you think when it comes to well-off men with younger women. But a lot of people feel differently, feel a certain way because it is like a 40-year age gap. She's 21. Some say, oh, this was her first boyfriend and stuff. And, it ain't that serious. Or, oh, my God, no, get her. So whatever happened, they're not officially together. Maybe they were never officially a couple to begin with, just dating, having fun. And maybe he was, I showed that video where she told Russell, she had said before Russell wasn't giving her money and emotionally and verbally abusive to her mother, and that if I don't get more of my allowance, then I'm going to get a sugar daddy. And as we can see, she did have her man. I don't know for how long they were, talking to him, but maybe Kimora came under pressure. I'm sure Kimora's phone was just ringing off the hook from people that know them and stuff. And maybe Kimora, maybe she did say something to her. But at the end of the day, she's 21. I mean, she can date whoever she wants to. But I don't know what happened, but this was pretty quick. This, we're split. We're not together. I don't believe it was all public backlash that caused it, to be honest with you, because I just, spirit tells me they don't really give a damn what most people think, not like that. I think that it could have been maybe family members that said something more personal and close to her that got to her or something like that. I don't know what his reaction, the guy she was dating, what it was from the public. I don't know if he cared. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But, Tiffany says Kimora is very vocal. Yeah, she is. Maybe if he was 40, maybe Kimora wouldn't care. I'm not saying it's true that she cared that he's 65, but maybe she did. But if he was like 40, maybe she wouldn't care as much because she was that age, actually younger or around the same thing when she got with their father. So who knows, but they're not together. All right, let's go on to the next story. Okay, Cassie, I had shared before that they said allegedly Cassie is working with the feds, to take Diddy down, It's amazing because Sloan Bella had said this would always gonna happen. She didn't give a name, but it's happening right in front of us. It's all unfolding. Again, I don't roll with everything I hear because some stuff I believe is true and some stuff I don't know because there's no evidence yet. I don't know what they found in his house. Cassie would know. She was dating the man for over a decade. So if there's some type of folders or safes with stuff in it, she probably would know. And it's very possible she is working with the feds. It's possible that lawsuit she had was a big lawsuit with a lot of details in it that wasn't even made public. And what we did hear that was public was horrible. And I had to show this clip of Diddy. I'm sorry, because y'all got to see this. Just look at this.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever, however the fuck I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest nigga in the world. Right. In the discussion. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever, however the fuck I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest nigga in the world. Right. In the discussion. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever, however the fuck I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest nigga in the world. Right. In the discussion.
Well, I don't think he's saying that right now. This is the second time I've seen a video of him talking like this. A lot of men are like this when they have all the money. They really believe they are gods on earth and that they can't be touched. And you must bow to me. I'm the freest in the world. I get what I want. I do what I want. Period. Okay, so here's another video clip.
I'm gonna give it to you raw. Parents, make sure that you don't get fucked. Straight up. There's a lot of fucking going on in the entertainment industry. The music industry, everybody's getting caught up into something. I'm cured now though, everybody. I'm cured. Everything's good. Y'all can have me over for dinner. Everything is good.
Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes.
I'm gonna give it to you raw. Parents, make sure that you don't get fucked. Straight up. There's a lot of fucking going on in the entertainment industry. The music industry, everybody's getting caught up into something. I'm cured now though, everybody. I'm cured. Everything's good. Y'all can have me over for dinner. Everything is good.
Okay, I want to know, first of all, who the hell is Clarence to make sure you don't get F'd by somebody? As if I don't have my own mouth to say no? If I don't want to get F'd, I'm not getting F'd. If I told you no, you ain't getting the punani. And that's just what it is. But whoever this man is, Clarence, make sure you don't get F. There's a lot of effing going on in the entertainment. There's a lot of effing going on, period, in everyday life. But I can see it in the entertainment industry. Other celebrities are interested in other celebrities, fantasizing about them, having secret meetings and hookups because they want to get their hands on them. I can totally see that. My goodness. So the first thing that he said, I'm going to do whatever the F I want to do. You can't touch. I mean, just listen to it. It was short, but all he basically said is, I'm the freest Negro in the world. I got this money. I'm P. Diddy, and I'm going to do what the hell I want. You don't tell me no. You know who I am. You know the kind of power. I saw P. Diddy in person. When I told you I went to the MTV Music Awards, and I got really close up, and P. Diddy came out with Loon. And I told you before how the fans were screaming for Puffy, and he didn't even acknowledge them. He just kept walking. You could smell the arrogance off of him. It was horrible. I always remembered it. His energy, his attitude was extremely arrogant, and I don't give a F about none of y'all. Just complete arrogant. I can't stand that. I know I don't know him personally, but I saw how, he didn't look at any of them or acknowledge his fans when I saw it. So, I don't think Cassie was lying at all about the whole white fingernail thing. If you look at Kim Porter, Cassie, Lori Harvey, who else? Carisha, they all had the white fingernails in all the pictures when they were dating him. Now, it doesn't mean that he was making all of them have sex with male, but probably bisexual escorts, but he likes to see the white nail contrast against what. So, I know more is coming out. More is going to come out with this whole P. Diddy stuff, but those videos show his personality of a man with money. So much. I mean, he bought a painting for $21 million. This is a man who has it all and probably thinks or thought he was above the law or scared the women and men to death to not talk about certain things. I know it took a lot for Cassie to do what she did. Not only, just think about it. You're making something public, even if what was in her lawsuit wasn't made public, just to know that somebody was reading it. A judge and attorneys and all types of people are reading what you had to do in the bedroom. Reading about stranger men with large penises effing you in front of your man. Things probably with drugs or disease and beatings. How humiliating that is for a person to just write it down, knowing that it's going to be in the hands of somebody to know what happened to you and what you did. And someone so powerful like this, you would be kind of nervous because usually there are a lot of people who get away with stuff because they got money. And I'm sure it wasn't easy for her to do that at all, especially if the man's been beating you and now you going after him in the court and the public. That's not a small thing. So we shall see. I'm going to play that clip one more time.
I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do whenever, however the fuck I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest nigga in the world. Right. End of discussion.
I was going to talk about this. This just came out today. I love Rihanna's music. And whether you are Christian or not, it doesn't matter what faith you have. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist. It doesn't matter if you're spiritual. It doesn't matter if you're agnostic. It doesn't matter. Anyone with eyes see, this is disrespectful. It doesn't, and the thing is, okay, as you can see, Rihanna is dressed as a nun, and it was a very sexual photo shoot. And I don't get some celebrity, but I have to remember, artists work for companies. I know you don't want to hear this, but a lot of them do what they're told to do because they have to. We've heard about the Illuminati. We've heard about the casting couch. We've heard about assassinations on them and all types of stuff and the fear putting them. I don't know what goes on behind all the scenes, but I know that a lot of people in entertainment, and not just entertainment in life, but especially in entertainment, a lot of artists have done things they didn't want to do because their label told them to, or they got paid really well to do it. And I know about art. I love interesting photo shoots. Rihanna is not the first artist to dress as a nun in a provocative way, and some people feel mock God. Now, if you are a Christian, of course you're going to say that because it is disrespectful to your religious beliefs or culture or whatever. Period. If I was Buddhist, I could see how this is offensive. This, there's no denying that. It's just no denying that. Let's look at another picture of the photo shoot. Okay, I mean, come on now. You don't have to be of the Christian religion to feel this was disrespectful. If it were her dressed as Buddha or some prophet from Islam or something in the Hispanic culture, it wouldn't be any different. Here's the thing with this is that we don't know what Rihanna's faith is. Some people don't like labels. Some people don't believe in what you believe in. So, of course, I'm sure she's probably been getting mail from people upset because of the disrespect. But I would not approach her in a way talking to her like she's Christian, because she might not be. And no one who's a Buddhist or Muslim could talk to a Christian and say something to them from their faith. And a Christian would say, well, I'm not of your faith, so it doesn't apply to me. I don't follow what you follow, so you can't hold me to the beliefs of your belief because that's not even my belief. You know what I'm saying? Like, this happens to me on this channel where people talk to me like they know what my faith is or what I believe in. And they believe that what they believe is the standard and that it's the word according to you. But if I believe in something else, would it affect me what you believe when I don't believe in what you believe in anyway? I don't have your belief. You get what I'm saying? But no matter what you believe, this was a disrespectful photo shoot. It just is. I don't understand this. Why? It's just, I wouldn't do something like this, whether I'm Christian or not. I know it's disrespect. The poor little nuns staying virgins, trying to be, some of them are nice, some of them ain't nice. But you know what I'm saying? And acting sexual, dressing as a nun. It's just, no, that's just too much. And the photo shoot, they had her looking tore up. Now, I'm all about art and expression, but they made Rihanna, it looks like she's been beaten. She got on this effed up wig, flour on her face. She looked like she'd been abused. Seriously, it looks like she hasn't been washed. She's been abused. I don't know if the flour on the face can represent coke on the face. Coke, if you know what I mean. The effed up blonde wig. I don't understand what kind of message they sending with these photos because it's not artful to me. But, so this is another picture. This one wasn't as bad, but I don't know what kind of, I'm all about art. I love art and stuff, but I didn't find these to be flattering photos of her. They made her look tore down, raggedy, like she'd been beat up, thrown in some flour, beat her legs up, threw some mud on her, ain't wash her, said we're going to put you in some jacked up blonde wig. Girl, But, the nun picture was just no. And I know that sometimes people like to stir up controversy. Some celebrities do that for PR to be, I feel like Rihanna has made a name for herself. She doesn't have to do these things to be relevant. She's already a superstar. And clearly, I don't know what her faith is, but is it wrong for me to assume she's not Christian? Because no person that identifies or claims to be a Christian would ever do a photo shoot like this, ever. So, all right. I want to read to you the responses. Okay, just a few. It says, people dress up for Halloween as a sexy nun all the time. Is it different because she's a celebrity? Everyone has their own opinion. I don't understand why y'all take offense to everything. This is a person who lacks thinking skills to ask that question. Okay. It's how folks find it fun to insult Christian nuns or Jesus, but you don't see anyone doing a mimic of Muhammad the prophet. No, because they know, or Buddha, etc. This post of Rihanna is a disgrace and a hot mess. Unpopular opinion, but why does it look like she's on drugs? I guess she's trying to bring that look back. How demonic. And that's the reason she's a billionaire. They sold their souls to Satan, literally. And y'all running around here worshiping these folks. This is evil. Well, again, if she is not a Christian woman, she does not believe in Satan, that Satan even exists. So, but there are people more powerful than her who run the strings. Always remember that. There are people more powerful than her who she works for that hold the strings. And I don't know how true it is, the things I have heard. But if it is true, it's coming over my spirit. If some of the things you've heard is true about what goes on behind the scenes, I hope you know some of these celebrities are literally scared to death. And they gonna do whatever the hell they told so they don't get taken out, gang raped, beaten, and all types of craziness I've heard. So I wonder if she's gonna make a statement about this, because a lot of people are offended and didn't like this. I don't think you have to ask about her Christian values. Clearly, she's not Christian, because a Christian wouldn't do that. And just because she's not Christian, well, you don't have to be a Christian, in my opinion. There's other religions or people who are spiritual or have their own beliefs, but I do believe in something called respect. So let's go on to the next topic, baby. Okay, speaking of religion, I'm going to say something controversial. I'm going to say it because I want to hear y'all opinions about it. You can tell me in the chat or in the comment section. A lot of gay people are having better love relationships than heterosexual people. I see it all the time. Healthy marriages, homes, cute little pets, all of this. Don Lemon has been dating this man for over, I think, a decade, and he got married. He married Tim Malone in a chic New York City wedding ceremony. He said, I wasn't sure if this could ever happen. Okay, Don Lemon and Tim Malone are now husbands. Okay, the longtime CNN anchor who now has his own streaming program, The Don Lemon Show, married his partner, Tim Malone, a real estate broker, on April 6th in New York City. So this is the thing I want to say that I think is controversial, but it's just what runs through my mind. I noticed the cross behind them. I noticed the cross. There's something I don't understand about gay people, both the men and the women. I noticed that a lot of them have an attraction towards Christianity, and it confuses me. I never understood it because the Christian Bible says Men sleeping with men is an abomination, like you sleep with a woman. Now, it didn't say anything about women sleeping with women. No, it didn't. But it did say men sleeping with men. Now, again, I'm not saying it like I'm speaking as a Christian, but I know what the Christian Bible says. And I always wondered, why do I keep seeing more and more gay people trying to be preachers and pastors, and it's like they're begging for acceptance of a faith that doesn't even like you. You can argue with me all you want to, but my logical mind always questions, why do so many gay people today, I see some of them saying they're Christians, that all this other stuff. I'm like, it's like a black person wanting to be a Mormon. Why would I want to be a Mormon if Mormons said a few decades ago that black people were cursed and couldn't be in part of their faith? So it's like, if the Bible said you're an abomination, why would you want to join that group that doesn't like you? You constantly see Christian people screaming and hollering that you need to be saved and you're going to go to the lake of fire. It's an abomination. If somebody was saying that towards me and I was gay, I sure as hell wouldn't want to join your organization. It's just weird to me. We can say God is love, love. Yeah, whatever. You can say that all you want, but what did it say in the book? It's not out of context. It said you're an abomination. Then it said love one another. It doesn't make sense. How can you love somebody and then the next minute, I hate you, you're an abomination, this and that. I don't have time for the confusion or the contradictions. What I do know is I don't understand gay people's attraction to Christianity. A faith and a group of people, hardcore Christians, cannot stand you. They don't accept you. And the Bible said, I don't like you. So why do you want to be a preacher or a pastor that's gay? Are you trying to slap them in the face? Or why are you trying to be a part of the Christianity stuff and it doesn't even accept or like you? Yeah, I don't care what no one says. I read the damn thing and I know what it said. Isn't it kind of weird? Am I the only one who thinks that? I don't get it. AE says because they want to live in a Christian society, but why? That's like a Jewish person wanting to live in a Nazi Germany somewhere. Is that a good example? Why on earth would I want to be a part of a group of people that don't even like me? You know? Not at all. Am I serious? Well, I see a lot of Christian people always bothering gay people on TikTok and on here. I've seen them at rallies and protests, screaming and shouting, it's an abomination, you're going to hell, repent, repent. So a lot of them are like that. Only recently have they started preaching love is just love and stuff, and completely ignoring what's in the Bible that they follow. That's why I find a lot of Christians to be just full of shit at large, because if you're going to follow a faith, you got to be all the way in it. And if you're not, then don't follow it. You know what I'm saying? You can't turn the words of what the book says. It said what it said, and that's what you chose to follow. So you either going to stand by it or stop claiming it. That's just how I feel about it. And it says, hey, Faith Diaz, thank you. I mean, if it says you're an abomination because of that, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's what the book that Christians follow says. So why would you want to keep fighting to be a part of a group that feels this way about you? Marriage in itself, I was thinking some things today. I said, interesting, marriage. Marriage in America, isn't that a Christian thing? I mean, husband and wife type of thing. Then I thought about other cultures. Like, well, people in other cultures do get married. They have ceremonies and they're not Christians either. But I think so many gay people have fought for marriage because of the benefits that come with marriage. You know, being recognized as someone's spouse, you get more. You get the house, you get the properties, all types of stuff that come from being married. I think that was a part of the reason why, because people have been in relationships with their partners for damn near 40 years and weren't being recognized, and they were upset. And I can understand that. But if you're trying to be married under the Christian way, well, the Christian way is man and woman, not man and woman on woman. You can't bend it to what you want it to be. That's the Christian way. And if you're not a Christian, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Even though other cultures believe in marriage too. You get what I'm saying? So, it's just a little bit of confusion to me. A little bit confusion. Faith DS says, exactly, you love the person but not the sin. Well, gay people do not believe they're sinning. That's something that Christian people believe. And you can't say repent. You can't repent if you're going to be gay your whole life. Repenting means to stop it. If you're not going to ever stop or you don't want to, you can never repent anyway. Not only that, but if I don't believe in what you believe in or that I'm doing something wrong, then no, I'm not going to repent because I don't think that the way I live is wrong. This is how I want to live. But if there's a group that says this is how you live, this is what you do, then no, I can't be a part of your group completely because I don't follow what you believe. I don't believe in what you do. It's a conflict there with that. I understand you should love everyone. I don't believe in trying to force someone not to be gay. That's not going to work. It's not realistic. And a grown person, they know who they're attracted to. I do have an issue with bisexual men. I feel like those are the ones that's fucking up women a lot. And that's a problem. Now, if he's honest with the woman, okay, about his sexuality. But I don't feel gay men pose a threat to women. I don't support gay men being forced to be in the closet and marrying women who are given gay men. So, I see a lot of people who actually support the down low movement every time they support laws against being openly gay, saying, oh, Jesus, fix it, and all this stuff. I'm like, so you rather them be in the closet and get married to your daughter, and the whole time he's looking at her wishing she was a man, or he has to think of a man just to get off in the bedroom with her? No, how about we stop giving gay men to straight women and let them come out the damn closet and go to the men and stay with the men? The bisexual man needs to either be with a woman or a man because they bring in you-know-what to black women a lot. So I do have a problem with it. Okay. So, but yeah, I've always been weirded out seeing gay preachers and pastors. I'm like, what? Why would you do that after what it said about you being gay? Now I think you just trying to be funny or really something wrong. You either want God to love you or you trying to slap God in the face. Something, But I don't know. Let's go on to the next story. But Don Lemon was with his man for a long time. And I don't have hate. A lot of people were making fun of him. I'm like, why are you making fun of a man who chose to tell the truth and live his truth? At least he ain't on the down low fucking men and bringing black women AIDS. You should be happy about that. He lived his truth, and I don't believe in picking on gay black men or gay men, period. It's like, why are you trying to bully him into turning straight or shame the man to death? He's gay. He's known he's gay for decades. The guy's like 40 something. So they officially made it official. So that's his man. And I just find it so amazing that I'm seeing more gay people with marriages and happy unions than the damn straight people. That should, think about that. All right. The next story is, Tori Spelling. It's amazing because I just brung her up the other day. I couldn't believe how her parents did her. Her father was filthy rich. He was the creator of the greatest shows during the 90s, and Tori was left hardly with anything. She's been struggling for years, and I'm like, her mother is still alive again, and they didn't really give her any money, and I just thought that it was horrible. Thank you, Butterfly Dreams. Thank you. Yeah, I like to talk about different stuff. And, okay, AE, you said Tori blew her inheritance. She got plenty. Okay, because the story I always heard, she used to say, oh, I didn't know how to make up my bed. I didn't know how to do nothing. And my dad wouldn't give me nothing. And I had to start working and stuff. And my mother hates me and she ain't leave me with a damn thing. And everything I got as a grown woman, I had to do my damn self. So, so basically, she just said she can't go to the bathroom by herself to do number 1 or 2. She said her 7-year-old son has to watch her in the restroom. And I've met someone, look, when I was in high school, this girl could not go to the bathroom by herself. She kept trying to make me go to the bathroom with her. And that's a mental illness or something, that you can't go to the bathroom by yourself. Something ain't right about that. Now, I don't have an issue with being comfortable going to the bathroom, in front of my man or my children. If I had children, like, that's not a big deal to me. Now, it's just not to me. I probably would want some privacy when I'm doing number 2. But the fact that you can't go to the bathroom by yourself, that's something wrong. Okay, what happened to you that you can't go number 1 or 2 by yourself? So, It says during a recent episode of her podcast, Tori revealed that she struggles to use the bathroom alone. What? According to the 50-year-old entertainer, it's been over 18 years since she had to go to the bathroom by herself. Since she went by herself, 18 years. This interesting tea was spilled amid a conversation about the importance of a person being happy by themselves. Explaining why she's anti-teen be happy with yourself. She says, I don't want to be with myself. I don't poop alone. I haven't pooped or peed alone in 18 years. I think I function better with people. According to the Beverly Hills 90210 star, her estranged hubby, Dean McDermott, was the lucky person previously tapped to join her for breaks to relieve herself. The ex-couple married in 2006 and separated last June. They have 5 children. Tori said that her 7-year-old son is now the one who accompanies her to the restroom. Girl, what's going on? 18 years was the last time you went to the bathroom by yourself? She said, I can't be alone. Something happened to her. Something happened that made her this way. Something in her childhood. She did say she didn't know how to make up a bed, but I'm sure, didn't she go to the bathroom by herself as a child? Lavish Girl says she was a lonely child. But, why she gotta bring people in the bathroom with her? Hold on. Island Girl says Tori is a spoiled rich girl who never had to do anything for herself. AE says, but she worked on TV. She did work. But something going on that she can't go to the bathroom by herself. And if you need people to go with you to the bathroom, like, do you have to have people around you every time you walk, like around the house, watching TV? You know what? This is a sign she has abandonment issues. She has abandonment issues. That's what's going on. When you panic about being alone, she has abandonment issues. Maybe it comes from not feeling loved after what happened, as what I used to hear about her and her father and mother not loving her, or at least the mother, and not giving her no money. But y'all said she did get the money. So I don't know. But she definitely has abandonment issues and she needs to seek therapy in order to go to the bathroom by herself. Listen to what this woman had to say. The question a lot of us cannot stand when men ask us, what do we bring to the table? If I go out and a man asks me that, I'm not even answering it. I'm not answering it. I'm going to look him dead in his face and ignore that. I'm not answering it. I know what I bring, but a man that asks me that question, I already know what he's about. I know what he's about. He's one of them 50-50 men. So I already know what I'm dealing with. But listen to what this grandma said.
You bring what to the table? What's enough? You ask. You bring what to the table? What's enough? You ask. You should have to be enough.
That's enough.
Oh God.
Shit. Shit.
Okay. Grandma said, what do I bring to the table? This ass, this punana, this punana. All right? You damn right. I'm giving you access to my punana. Okay? You getting access to impregnate me, to possibly throw off my damn pH, which I hope never happens, but I'm just saying that happens from the sperm. Okay, getting me pregnant, 9 months pregnant and wobbling 9 months and all of that. Okay, so that's what you get. And grandma said, that's what I bring to the table, this AZZ, this ass. Okay, that's what I bring, letting you get me. Okay, shoot, a man in your face, he love you and like you. You think me opening my legs is some little thing? I'm letting you, I'm giving you heaven, okay? You're on top of me, for goodness sake, okay? You can get me pregnant and all types of other stuff. I'm risking a lot. But besides the punana, I'm cooking and cleaning, giving you all the love and kisses and love you probably ain't get in your childhood, and making you feel like a warm, cuddly bear and all types of stuff. You're damn right. I'm keeping the house beautiful. My home would look like something out of a catalog. You walk in, your house is beautiful, it's smelling good, looking good. Okay, you got me, you got your children, you have food on the table. So don't ever ask me that question. Period. So that's what grandma had to say. She ain't playing that crap people talking about today. It was a simple response.
What's enough? You ask.
You know how I know that men inherently understand that as a man they should bring everything to the table? Is because when these same guys that reject that idea go to the club, they'll get a VIP table and not ever expect a woman to bring anything or bring any bottles or any of that stuff. And it's wild to me, because why don't you want to do the same type of concept for your woman? You'll do it with random women who don't care about you, just so you can get that temporary stimulation of the D, trying to chase her P, and just so you can flex like you got it. But you won't do it for wifey. The biggest flex is not doing it for random women. The biggest flex is doing it for your woman. You know how I know that men inherently understand that as a man they should bring everything to the table?
Did he lie? Did he lie? He made perfect sense. And I said it before. How is it that a man could go to the strip club, make it rain on a stripper, give a stripper 5 and 20 and all this money, but if I'm dating you and I ask you for some money, you want to turn your nose up, or I ain't got it. But you have money for that fucking stripper. You have money for her. You don't even know her. You don't even know her. Or you got a meal from me. Did you pay for the groceries? Times are hard out here. And I now whipped you up a meal and you didn't replace it by buying more groceries for me? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And he said it. Y'all are doing stuff for these women you don't even know. You don't know that stripper. You don't know the woman you popping bottles for at the club because you want to show off and be a big man at the VIP section and make it rain to impress random women you ain't even dating. But the woman you effing, the woman you getting punani from, the woman that you claim to be interested, she asked for some money. Oh, nah, I ain't got it. No, I ain't know. But you at that strip club on a Friday or Saturday making it rain on some stripper. The irony that y'all claim y'all don't want women who seem to be hoes to you. Not saying they are. They doing what they got to do, but I'm just saying. But you get the good woman that you're supposedly supposed to court, and she can't get nothing. She can't get nothing. Don't give her nothing. Don't do that. But you can go and give it to another woman. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm happy this man said this because it's the damn truth. He says they know. They know. Whether they want to admit it or not, they know that women shouldn't have to bring stuff to the table. You men feel a lot better when they have money. They love the feeling that they could, take care of most real men, that they can take care of a woman. I got you. I got it. Anything you want or need, anywhere we want to go, where you want to go. Oh, you want your hair done? What's this and that? Who the big man up in here? And it's crazy because you got these men talking about stop saying you independent. But then when you ask for some money, oh, you a gold digger? Why are you asking me for money? What? So I'm a gold digger now because I need some money? But if I said I don't need you and I'm a boss babe, oh, I hate you, you're independent. Make it make sense. Make it make sense because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So, Diana Prince says men are transactional. They got a lot of respect for hookers. A lot of men do. But they hate the good woman when she asks for something. Not saying a hooker is not a good woman. I'm just saying. It's just craziness. I just find a lot of men to be liars, on a lot of them on average. They say anything. They don't make no damn sense half the time. They don't. Because if you give him the coochie for free, he looks down on you. He thinks you're a whore. Or he laughs at it like, I didn't have to do shit for her. And she opened up them damn legs. They do that. But then when you ask for money, oh, what you asking me for something for? Oh, I'm a protector and a provider. What you mean you need some money? Well, how the hell, men, how are women supposed to know at the beginning of the relationship if you provide, if we don't ask you for nothing? You expect me to wait months and months? What? I need to know straight up what it is. What kind of man are you? Because if I can't get what I need or want when I ask you and you claim you my man or you want to be my man, that's a problem. It is. And let me find out you at the strip club giving some other motherfucker some money. But when I ask for something, it's a problem. And I'm giving you my love, my affection, my time. And a lot of these women giving y'all the punani. No, I don't think so. Absolutely not. So this video I'm going to show you right here. Y'all have heard of Tariq Nasheed. I do not care for that man at all because he made the word bedwench popular. He said to black men, do not date black women who have biracial children, but you can date. Hold on. He said, don't date the biracial children of black women, but date the white women's biracial children. Because his wife has a white mother. And talking all this crap. And he made a lot of money, talking about white supremacy and all this other stuff. Look at this funny video.
So you feel like a victim?
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of white supremacy. Yeah.
And so are they holding you back financially?
Holding me back financially? Well, they can.
Are they?
They can.
Are they?
They can.
No, but are they?
They can.
This professional victim that Jesse Lee Peterson had on as a guest, my man didn't just drink the racist Kool-Aid. No. He ate it right out of the package.
Define white supremacy.
White supremacy means people who believe through speech, thought, and action that they should dominate, control, and mistreat people classified as non-white. And we're dominated by that system completely globally.
How do you know that?
Because they said it, the people who put white supremacy in action, they specifically said that they were doing that. You go back to the so-called forefathers of this nation, and even in some of the European nations, they specifically said we're going to create a system of white supremacy where the people who are classified as non-white will be the inferiors. They put these things into law, they put them into practice, and they put them into military defense. They defended these laws militarily, and that's where we are now.
And you said globally they've done this.
Globally, absolutely.
And so white people are smarter than black people, and have they done this to all other people? Or
Yeah, all
just
people.
black
All people. No, all people are
all
dominated.
people of color.
All people who are classified as non-white, they are dominated by the white supremacists.
So how are white people God's chosen people?
No.
Because you say no?
No.
Then why were they able to sit down and make a decision like that? We're going to build a system that control all people of color. We're going to do this and do that. And then the people of color have fallen into that.
Great
so
question.
somebody had to be smart and somebody had to be dumb.
Yep.
And it seems to me that the people of color are the dumb one because, as you said, it's the white people who are making this happen, right?
I agree 100%.
And why not overcome being dumb rather than trying to stop the smart man from doing what he does?
Because non-white people are too dumb to get smart.
Really?
Yeah.
So
because
you
Neely
agree that-
Fuller, there's a brother named Neely Fuller who said that the white supremacists, and I separate white people and white supremacists. There's three people, as our brother Neely Fuller said, on the planet. You have white, non-white, and white supremacists. The white supremacists are the smartest people on the planet. I 100% agree with that.
Wow. And God made them that way?
No, God didn't make them that way. They just evolved that way because they knew that their numbers were low in the global scheme of the planet. So they had to come up with ways to survive, and they had to come up with codes. So they had to codify their actions with each other to dominate the rest of the planet. And people who are non-white, they haven't figured out those codes, and they don't understand that they have to have codes in order to combat that. So we're still fighting over tribal bullshit. And that's our problem as people who are victims of white supremacy. We haven't been smart enough to figure that out. So I agree with you to that extent.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did y'all know about this code that he's talking about? I'm talking to my fellow whiteys out there because I'm a 75% white dude, and up until now, I didn't know such a thing existed. That email must have went straight to spam because I sure as heck didn't receive whatever he's talking about. They didn't send me a text, they didn't send me a memo, nothing. But that's probably because here in reality, that code doesn't exist. That's worldly thinking. In reality, we were all created 100% in God's image. And that's exactly why the only code you need to free yourself from all these lies is called the Bible, the basic instructions before leaving earth. You need to start diving into God's word, repent of your sins, and follow Jesus Christ. So then we can all truly be united. Then you wouldn't be worried about all this made up nonsense.
So you feel like a victim?
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of white supremacy. Yeah.
And so are they holding you back financially?
Holding me back financially? Well, they can.
Are they?
They can.
Are they?
They can.
No, but are they?
They can.
So you feel like a victim?
Y'all, I was laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard. Y'all know I cannot stand Tariq, and I can't completely stand Jesse Lee Peterson either. Even though Jesse Lee Peterson has a lot of points that I agree with, but he's anti-women. He said that women shouldn't have orgasms and that it's not natural for a woman to orgasm. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, Jesse. But I'll say this. Where do I start? Where do I start? Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I have a mixture of different opinions that might surprise you. I'm going to start off saying what you wouldn't expect me to say. When Tariq said that white supremacists have codes, I believe that a little bit, but let me explain. Let me explain real quick. Now, I don't feel that all white people are white supremacists or even think about black people or want to hurt black people. We know that slavery ended because of the help of white people, the abolitionists, the laws. So many white people have helped black people, and black people never acknowledge the white people who helped our race of people. And it's a sad thing. But there are some, let me explain what I think with the code thing. I had heard from someone that there were some racist white people on a job who call black people Tuesday. And they would say this around Hispanics who also knew. So when a black person would come around, they would say stuff like, I can't stand Tuesdays. And the black people had no clue that they were talking about them. You know, I told you I know what miate means in Spanish. The Mexicans say it. It's the N word. And I used to hear them say miate this, miate that in the supermarket around black people. And black people had no clue they was calling them the N word right to their face. So, yes, I believe that happens. Also, you can't ask people their salary. You know how they say you keep it private. You know why? I'm sorry to tell you this. Yes, there are certain groups that pay people differently because of their culture or their race. They don't want you to know what the next person is making because they are paying that other person way more money than they're paying you for the same job. I believe that Jewish people do this. And I'm not saying that to be anti-Semitic. I don't have any proof on it, but I'll use them as an example because they're not the only people I think have done this, where they know you're of their culture. And if they're in charge of the company, they probably pay you a lot more money compared to the other person. And the rule is don't ask the salary. That's the rule for majority of this country. You can't ask the salary. Why can't you know the salary? Because they're paying them more than you. And I don't care how crazy I sound. I do believe that. And it's been proven that we get paid less. And it's not just black people, it's other people too. I believe it could be anyone. Like gay people run the fashion industry. You think it's a coincidence? No, they hire each other. And that's what happens in all factions of life in these businesses, whether racially, culturally, or your sexual gender. People do that. And if they run the company, they can pay anybody whatever they want and then say, the rule is you can't ask the salary because you're paying them more. Okay? When that guy said, if we all just follow God, then all of this mess would stop. That's not reality. That's not the world. People know about racism. People are religious globally, and religion hasn't fixed you. Religion hasn't stopped racism on a global scale. And racism does not just affect black people. It's in every country. Okay? And most of the world claims to be religion. Religion hasn't trumped humans being mean. It hasn't done it. Okay? It hasn't. And we need to be honest about that. Okay? Plenty of people claim to be Christian. Christianity didn't stop slavery, did it? No. Did it? Being a Buddhist in India. Hold on, what's their religion in India? I think they're Buddhist or something. Did it stop the caste system? Hell no. No. Did being Muslim stop men from beating the shit out of women because their ankle was showing? No. Did being Buddhist in India stop the girl from being gang raped with a pipe a few months ago and the severe grape culture in India? No. So clearly religion ain't enough to fix y'all here because it ain't work yet. It's just here to try to fix you. That's the whole point of it, to try to help you. I'm not saying you have to have it to be a good person, but the whole point of it was to tame the human, to tame and fix the human creature. We need religion on the earth because they're wild beasts. So, you know, So it would be great if people who claim to be Christian actually followed what it said, the parts that's not hateful, because there are parts of the Bible that's extremely hateful and confusing. But if they follow the loving parts, the world, this country would look a lot different. But that ain't happened since the inception of this country, has it? No, it hasn't. And when you don't control shit, you don't control it. It doesn't matter how Christian you are. There's something within each group of people for the need to survival and to look out for their group, instead of everybody just working together the way it should be. But that's not what humans or men do. They fight and compete for resources, and they look out for their packs. That's what they do. So you can be the biggest Christian in the world, and you can walk into an establishment, and whoever owns it, if they're racist, you're effed. And they can be Christian just like you. Okay? So, but it's interesting to me. He talked about white supremacy. I don't even like that word that much. I feel like I'm not going to say they're more supreme than me. And when I hear this, it's like, are you confessing, like Jesse said, that they're better than you? You're calling it supremacy. Is it supremacy, or simply they have a lot of businesses, so therefore they can control a lot because they have money and they created a lot of things? When I hear black people say they're going to fight white supremacy, I laugh at it. What do you mean? You think you're going to make white people give up their businesses for you? You think you're going to take over their shit? That ain't never happening. And if you try, you're going to go to war. That ain't happening nowhere on the planet. How are you going to make somebody give up they shit they built? How you going to do that? You think complaining going to make you want somebody to pity you, for them to say, okay, I'll love you. I'll take care of you. Now, I'm all for reparations, though, because it's the right thing to do. It's just fair. But I'm not for the begging type of thing. I don't want to beg no one to death and all that stuff. But I feel like when I hear black people say we have to beat white supremacy, I'm like, what do you mean? What is your plan? You gonna take over the banks? You gonna take over the sewer system? You gonna take over the government? How is this going to happen, baby? And to be honest with you, black people like Tariq are black supremacists. They want to do exactly what white people are doing. You really think if they took over, they would treat the white man and woman with all love and respect? No, the hell he wouldn't. He wants to do exactly the same thing he claims they do to him. He wants the power. He wants the power. You know? And white people have built a society, sewer systems that work, trains, airplanes, a banking system, a school system. You really think you gonna take over that shit? You gonna fucking turn the whole country to third world if y'all tried to just, what you gonna do? Like I said, I believe people should work together. But black supremacists like Tariq, it's like they want to take over white men. But they don't have, I would question and say, well, since you want to take over white men, what do you plan on doing once you take over? Do you know how to continue to operate the sewer system? Do you know how to run the bank systems and the computer systems? Are you familiar with STEM and stuff? Do you know how to keep us in the 21st or 22nd, whatever century? Or will we have to go back to 700 BC under you and start over again? Because I damn sure don't want to live like that. They present no plan on what they would do even if they did take over. They haven't. And I was going to say something, but I know if I said it on TikTok that I'm going to get roasted. But I'm going to say it on here. White people and non-white people look to the future. Black people obsess over the past. Every time you're on social media, you see them going over and over. If Jesus was black, if we were the Moors, if we're the indigenous people, we have no ties to Africa at all on any level. We were the this and that. Damn, the obsession you have about proving if these people were black, why don't you have an obsession to give your race a future? White people are going to Mars. They're trying to terraform. They have an iPhone, the Chinese, every damn month, while you're stuck debating if a fucking Native American was African. Oh, I forgot you have no genetic ties to Africa. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. They're looking to the future. You keep obsessing about a past you can never relive. Do I think that the Moors were racially black? Yes, they were. Were they African Americans? No. Moroccans have more of a genetic tie to them than you. A stronger one. What once was is no longer. You cannot go back to 1312. It's over with. Live today and give black people a future. If I were to find out the Vikings were black, okay, and now what? I live in 2024. What's next? But they don't do that. All they do is obsess on TikTok and on here. We were indigenous. Prove it, baby. Where's your damn... To be so advanced and to be the oldest race, why come you never have any documentation of shit? You wasn't writing nothing? Nothing? I was this, I was that, I was this, I was that. You have no evidence. And then you never say, well, actually, none of these people were African American. They were pure-blooded Africans, if anything, not you. You are a mutt. You came after the transatlantic slave trade, the whole existence of African American, the genetic ethnicity. They weren't African American people. Maybe racially black, but not African American, not Somalian, not Ethiopian. But they don't think about that part. But the obsession is real. And I'm all about truth. I know it's irritating when you know something is a fact. Of course, a lot of people were black back then, even though people didn't say they were black. But even if you get white people to force them to say, yes, okay, damn it, he was black, he was African, I know, it still doesn't change that we live in 2024 and the people not black are advancing every year. You notice that you never hear the other people of color. You notice you don't hear them complaining about white people like Tariq and all them. Why come I never hear the Hispanics and the Indians, the Arabs, the damn Polynesians? Why come I don't hear them going on and on about white people constantly? Now, you got a few of them, but at large, you don't hear them just... I'm not saying that they don't talk about wars or things that happen, but they're more focused on competing to be greater. And a lot of them admire the white man. They do. They do. They want to be on the white man's level, a lot of these people. A lot of them do, because the white man came to their lands and advanced it. People talk about colonization. Can I tell you something? And what Tariq said is interesting. He said the white supremacists are the smartest ones. Oh, white people knew they had to survive. Do you know what it says? That the white people are the minority on the whole planet, but took over almost all of you. What the fuck does that say about y'all? I'm going to take it there. What does it say about y'all? Especially the men, because the men run shit, that these white men can come. He can go to India and take them over. He can go to Brazil and take them over. He can go to Africa and take them over. He can come to America and take them over. What is it about y'all men of color that you can't beat his ass? Obviously, he got something over y'all, and you need to figure out what it is. Okay? And stop getting mad that the women of color desire the white man. Women are attracted to strength. Okay? And intelligence. Most real women. But I'm just saying, I'm not dismissing wars and stuff, but it's just interesting to me. It's interesting because obviously men from other countries, why didn't you fight the white man? He could just come up in your shit and take your shit like that. No, y'all weren't united before he got there. I'm going to take it there. I'm in the spirit. A lot of people globally, y'all was fucked up before his white ass got up over there. And that's why he was able to manipulate, do business, better business, build shit, give you a society you like what the fuck you saw. And you let him stay. And then years later, when he left and your countries went to shit and you didn't know what you was doing, you're mad, you're jealous, you're bitter. And now you want to paint him as the bad boogeyman, but you don't tell about how you was selling your fucking daughters to him. You don't talk about the sex slavery, bitch. You don't talk about that. You always want to ignore and not tell what the fuck you did. You was in on it. And I'm not just talking about Africa. Everywhere he now gone and took over, the men was down with the shit. A lot of them. And the white man outsmarted you. He's a better businessman. Okay? Now, the Arab man actually enslaved white people. The Arab man, no one fucks with him either. Because he know he ain't having it. He willing to die to protect his. And they do it all the time. The black man ain't willing to die. You never was willing to die. That's why we got overtaken. You was never willing to hand that ass to somebody. And now you're mad. See, they was building and thinking of shit long ago on how to build. He's right. How to build a society. Hey, you as a smart leader, man, why didn't you think about what to do? You didn't think about what could happen 500 years from now? Oh, they building that bridge. Oh, they doing this. They doing that. I don't give a damn what you say. Deep within your heart, you are simply jealous, bitter, and mad as hell. And you don't want to give up the white man's inventions that you live with every day that makes your life a hell of a lot better. And I don't give a damn who gets mad about it. Call me a coon, call me a sellout, call me whatever you want. You know, it takes a lot of strength for me to say this shit publicly as a black woman. Because a lot won't say it. Now, I'm not saying that we ain't got no powerful, good black people, smart black people. And I wasn't just talking about black people. I said everywhere his white ass went, and I say that with love, he took over people. That says a lot to me. And he ain't even have to fight everybody. First, you complained about slavery. Then you moved it. Well, colonization. Colonization wasn't slavery. It's I pop up in your shit. I offer you some business deals. You take that shit. And I end up doing better business than you. And I end up, at the end of the day, a lot of these men from different countries, if you saw your shit was being overtaken, why didn't you fucking kick his ass out? Because you wasn't united before. Y'all blame colorism on the white man. Y'all was colorist motherfuckers globally before his ass even showed up. Who you think you fooling? Please, you ain't fooling me. But y'all love to put the white man as the scapegoat for your flaws. Your evil ways and selling off girls and cannibalism. They were sacrificing children and some native them Aztecs and shit. Ain't nobody all innocent and shit. Y'all all effed up. All of you. The black, the white, everybody on this damn planet. Y'all just mad because the white man capitalized off your fucked upness a little bit better. But y'all was all fucked up before he got there. And I know that to be true. So please. And I do believe in doing the right thing. I do believe, again, that reparations is a fair thing to do for free work and free labor that our ancestors, those of you who have American slave ancestry, did. And I do think that it's going to get to a point where it's going to be a decision. We're going to start over in some type of way to fix and balance shit out. Black people going to move to Africa or the Caribbean, or y'all just going to keep fighting, yelling and complaining every damn week that I see on TikTok. You know, black people have an obsession with racist white people. You never acknowledge or talk about the white people who love you and help you and who did help us. You act like they don't even exist. Get it through your head. There's always going to be motherfuckers that don't like you. Y'all are overly sensitive. Shit. You should be used to this shit by now. Racism is disgusting and it's wrong. But it's like a baby. He don't like me. I can't believe it. You have to like me. You have to love me. Oh my God, you've called me. You've been hearing this shit, haven't you, since the damn 1700s? Motherfuckers out here don't like you. Some of them. Get over it. Accept the shit and roll with the ones that do. And you can't help all of them. It got to be the good white people to check the white people in their race that's evil. You can't make someone love you. What has to happen is the non-racist people, black, white, Indian, Arab, Chinese, y'all all need to get together. And you need to purge the people in your group that's racist and let them go fight each other somewhere or die off. That's the only way that shit gonna work. You know? That's just what I see. The white people who are good white people, show the world you're good and check the motherfuckers in your group that's racist. And black people, check the black motherfuckers that's racist too, because I don't give a damn what you say. Y'all are, some of you. I can't be racist because I'm black. Whatever, Negro, you're racist. I've met plenty of you. And I don't like being around you either. Okay? So, speaking of racism, it's amazing Tariq said all that, because if they were real racists, and they are racist, explain why Seattle just closed down their gifted school, because there weren't enough black gifted students. Oh my God, we're oversaturated with whites and Asians. This just isn't right. Well, if there aren't any black students meeting your gifted shit, then, I mean, what do we say to that? I don't know. They try to recruit them. I don't know what kind of program it is. I don't know. I have heard of discrimination in these types of programs. I don't know for sure. But Seattle isn't even known to having a lot of black people any damn way. But I don't know if they have a lot of Hispanics that's there in Seattle. I don't know. I know Seattle has a hell of a lot of white people. So yeah, AE says, how many black people are in Seattle? Hell, I don't think there's a lot. I'm sure there are some, but not a whole lot. So the Seattle Public School shut down their gifted and talented program for being oversaturated with white and Asian students. You know, the racist people had a field day with this. I was reading the comments. They're just basically saying, well, who's more gifted then? But then again, I don't even think, there's even a large population of black people there. But if they were white supremacists, they would have kept this school going, wouldn't they? Tariq. Okay. So I just have two more things to show you. I told you we got a lot of psychos in the medical field. I always believe with my heart we got a nut job or two in the CDC, hoping and praying to release some shit out to the public. This Dallas doctor, well, he was accused of putting heart-stopping medicine in IV bags. Allegedly, one of the doctors passed away, y'all, that he did this to. Dr. Ronaldo Ortiz. He's accused of putting heart-stopping medicine into patients' IV bags. One person was murked and 11 others suffered cardiac emergencies after receiving tainted IV bags. My God, y'all. So, what happened? You have to question what would make a doctor, a well-paid, respectable doctor, snap and put shit in your IV bag to KILL a bunch of people. One person already died. I mean, this is craziness. This is crazy. And it just goes to show you we got a lot of nut jobs. You just never know what people are doing. You don't know. This is a doctor. I heard about the guy who peed in her cup and she got some things in her throat from him, some STDs in her throat from him peeing in her water bottle that worked at the place. So now, I mean, this is just scary because people already hear about doctors being dangerous and trying to KILL people. Now we hear this. So just be careful. If you feel squeamish or something or a little bit off after going to the doctor, try to get yourself checked out because we got these nutcases out here for real. Okay, so the last story that I want to share with you.
Killing his own mother in Prince George's County. It appears he has a violent past.
People in this neighborhood tell me they're shocked and saddened to hear what happened. Like you said, a man charged with killing his own murder, and criminal records show he has a violent past. Police say on Wednesday, 72-year-old Lorena Royster was found stabbed in the neck by officers doing a welfare check. According to investigators, Royster was wearing a handcuff on her wrist. They also found a pocket knife, box cutter, and screwdriver in the bedroom where she was discovered. This is in the 4100 block of East 53rd Place in Bladensburg. Royster was discovered around 11 p.m. 12 hours earlier, about 40 miles east of here in Stevensville, investigators say 51-year-old Reginald English jumped into Cox Creek. An investigator saw him, convinced him to swim to shore, and took him to the hospital for treatment. He had a woman's engagement ring on his hand, told police he was praying on the dock, and gave them a fake name. On Thursday, Prince George's County detectives arrested English for his mother's murder. English lived at the home with his mother. He's facing charges of first and second degree murder in this case. We pulled his records and found he was charged with murder, kidnapping, and a slew of charges in D.C. for a killing last January. He was indicted in federal court in March, but in October 2023, the case was dismissed. According to court documents, that was because the surviving victim and the witness in that case died. Now, I can tell you earlier today, just a few hours ago, what appeared to be family and friends showed up here to the home, understandably very upset, very emotional. They did not want to speak. Guys.
Tonight, a man is accused of killing his own mother in Prince George's County.
A 72-year-old.
Okay, so this man is 51 years old, and he took out his own mama because she wanted him to move. I hear about this so much of the dusty men. You know, when I see in some channels when we talk about the men who are dusty and how they don't want to, they're living off their mother. And he took out his mother, 72 years old, because she asked him, when are you going to move? Probably get a wife, start a family. That's what men are known or supposed to do as men. And he wasn't having that. He wasn't having that. I can assume he didn't even have a job, probably. Look at him. And no mother expects this was going to happen. No mother expects that her son is going to take her out. He was that angry that she wanted him to be a man. She wanted him to be a man. At 51, be a man. And he took out his mother with a knife. Look at his face. His face on this screen doesn't even look remorseful. If he'll take out his own mama, imagine what he would do to another innocent woman. Imagine what he would do living off a woman, and she says, you got to get out. You ain't working. You ain't bringing nothing in. You got to go. He would do that to her too. These men out here are dangerous, and you need to be careful. Be careful, ladies. And these men have to be men. They have to be a man. And he didn't want to be a man, and he'd rather take out his mother than be a man. So listen, I thank you for joining me. This was pretty good, our conversations. Please get those likes up. I know that I went off when I talked about Tariq. I got really emotional. I hope that I didn't say anything to offend anyone. I know overly sensitive people or people who don't like to hear the truth will probably get angry with me. But I just couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take it no more. And what I said doesn't apply to everyone, and it's not the truth for everyone, but there is some truth to what I said. And if you're honest with yourself, you know I'm telling the truth. And I believe that all human beings, no matter where we come from, can contribute to the world and are capable of good things and great things. And nor do I dismiss the events of slavery and colonization and all these things that happen. But there is something people need to do, and that is called reflecting and looking at the truth, especially when it comes to the men who are supposed to be protecting. So that's all I have to say. Okay, please get those likes up. If you subscribe and hit the bell, click all notifications so you know when I'm live. If you would like to donate, you know, hit up my Cash App. Also, sorry, y'all, no one called. So the phone line was open still. So, and I usually call people back. So this was still great. Thank you all for joining me again. You all take care.